Hello Stampers, Kelly Atchison at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Thank you so much for joining me for this video today. We are going to be embossing with stencils. Fun and easy. I'm going to show you how I made this card. We're going to use a different color combination. I think copper would be pretty cool. So let's get started. I'm going to use the new Petal Pink, and I really like this color. It's a peachy pink, and it's so soft and elegant. This is 3 3/4 by 5, and then I've got a piece of our copper foil paper. I hope that's not glaring in your eyes too bad. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and then we've got a card base of Petal Pink that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So we're going to do the technique first of all. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat here. And we're going to pop that up first on a piercing mat. I like to use these to protect my work surface, and they stamp nicer. I've got Versamark ink, copper embossing powder, my embossing buddy, and we're going to use these decorative masks. These are the Pattern Party decorative masks. We're going to use this one. Oops, I think. And these are the other masks that are in this particular set. Some clouds. I've used the bricks a lot. I've used these. They're just a really neat way to add a background to your cards. I've shown you lots of ways to use these with embossing paste. Today we're going to emboss with embossing powder. So I'm just going to set this down on my silicone mat, and I'm going to bring in my stencil, and I'm just kind of trying to center it here on my card. I'm not going to center the stencil, but I want to get it the same width at the top and the bottom. And then I'm just going to take it and flip it over. I don't want my stencil to move at all, so I've just got some Scotch tape here, and I'm going to tape that down to my stencil, so now it's not going to move around on me. Now this is a direct to ink to paper technique. You're just going to take your Versamark ink pad and you're going to blot it on your stencil and cardstock. You don't want to rub this around because you don't want to push any ink up under that stencil. I think the copper with this Petal Pink is going to be really pretty. And I'm just going to kind of tilt it in the light to see how I'm doing here. You can kind of lift it up and see what's going on there. I think I need to add just a little bit more ink. And I am giving this quite a bit of pressure because I want to make sure that my ink pad is getting in to all the little areas on this stencil. And I just realized I forgot to use my embossing buddy. So we're going to see how this goes, but you really should use your embossing buddy. Wipe it down on your cardstock first before you do anything else. And now I can see where that ink is on my card front. We're just going to peel it off the stencil. I'm just going to peel this tape off. Now if the tape happens to rip the back of your cardstock, no need to worry about it because nobody's ever going to see the back, right? Okay. My husband was just standing at the doorway making funny faces at me because he knows I'm making a video. And it was rather amusing. Okay. Yep, I've got quite a bit of run over here because I didn't use my embossing buddy. So let's see if I can salvage this. Okay, I'm just giving it some really quick, hard bursts as I'm blowing on it. Because I really did. Should have used the embossing buddy. Let me see, I've got a little paintbrush here. I'm just going to brush away a little bit of the run over of the powder. And this just goes a long ways to show you how important that embossing buddy is. Of course, when you're blowing hard on these, you want to make sure you're not spitting on your card. That's never good. There we go, I needed just a little bit more there. People are still blowing off fireworks here. It's kind of amusing. I'm sure you have the same thing going on with you where you live too if you're in the United States. It is fireworks. I don't know if you heard that loud explosion, but yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hit this with my heat tool. And I will be right back. And I think that turned out pretty good considering I forgot to do this. But you know what? Things happen. Let me get this tape off my hand. Okay. Here we go. I am going to fold and burnish the edge of my base, and I've got some embossing powder here, that gritty feel. I don't like that. I always make sure that I wipe everything off good when I'm done. Okay, now I'm gonna use a tape runner on this because I just find that that sticks good to the front of the foil layer. And the other thing I'm going to do, before I put this on my card front, I am going to punch out a 2 1/4 inch circle right out of the middle. We're going to use that to layer on the front of our card. It's just a nice way to not have to get another scrap of the foil paper, right? Oh my gosh, that is pretty spectacular looking, isn't it? Okay, and here comes our card base. And now I'll get my liquid glue out. I use the tape runner because the tape seems to stick good to the front when you're using any of our foil papers. Not that the glue won't work, it will, but I just like using the tape with that. Okay, that's kind of a neat color combination, isn't it? I haven't made this card yet. Lots of times I make up my cards ahead of time and then I make a second one for you, but I didn't do that with this one. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my Enjoy Life stamp set. I love, love, love this stamp set. I love the images in it, and I really love the font on all of the greetings. So I'm going to use the How Beautiful a Day Can Be When Kindness Touches It. Yes, that's what it says. It's hard to read it on here. I forgot to mention that you would need a scrap of white. This is Whisper White. Let's see, we're gonna try this with Whisper White, and I may want to use the Petal Pink instead, so we'll see. Now this is the 2-inch circle punch, so I used a 2 1/4 to do this and the 2-inch to do that. The white piece. No, I like the white. Let's try it on Petal Pink though, should we? We're gonna just see how that looks. Got a scrap right here. And I could emboss the greeting too, so something for you to consider if you'd like the greeting to be embossed. You can certainly do that when you make yours. Let's see. I wish I was live right now so I could ask you which one you like better. You like this one? Or you like this one? This one? I think I'm gonna go with the white. I like the contrast. And again, I'm using tape here just because it sticks really good to this foil paper. And then we're gonna pop this up on a couple dimensionals. Don't forget, I am live Sunday night at 7 p.m. on my Facebook business page, which is called A Stamp Above - Your Creative Coach. You can just do a search on Facebook and you'll find my page. Click on the like and then click following. So it'll pop up on your newsfeed when I'm live. Got some fun projects coming up for that too. Okay, so there we go. What do you guys think? I really like the copper with the petal pink. I think that's really pretty. And then this color combination is Highland Heather and Blueberry Bushel. And I got that from my color coach. I just went to my color coach because I wanted to do the Blueberry Bushel, but I wasn't sure which colors would go with it. So I see here that Blueberry Bushel and Highland Heather go together, and that's how I chose this color combination. I do have links to print out a color coach just like this and a video on my blog that shows you how I made this whole thing. You can have one too. They're free, and I absolutely love mine. I reference it all the time. Having a color coach is a great tool. If you go to my blog, and I'll have a link on the YouTube video in the See More under the video. And if you go to my blog and just scroll down, you'll see a picture of this, and that's where you can click on the link there, and it'll take you to the video and all the link, the download, so you can download this. It's very cool. But there you go. We are embossing with stencils. I thought this was really fun, and I think I'm going to try some of the other patterns that are in the Pattern Party Decorative Masks. I think they would be really fun too. So just another way to use the masks. I'm always excited when I find various uses for these. You can sponge with them and use them as a stencil. You can use embossing paste with them. That's really fun. And now you can use embossing powder too. Thanks you guys so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to watch my video. If you click right up here, that'll take you to my online store. If you'd like to order anything, I always appreciate your orders. Please make sure you use the hostess code. You'll find it in the right-hand column of my blog. This was the Enjoy Life stamp set. There's just so many beautiful possibilities with this. I hope you'll want to get one. All right. Don't forget, click down here to subscribe to my YouTube videos. If you're not already a subscriber, you can also subscribe to my blog. There's a button in the right-hand column where you can subscribe. And all my posts will go right into your email inbox, which makes it super easy to keep in touch with me so you don't miss anything. You guys have yourself a wonderful weekend. I am celebrating my birthday on Saturday with a maiden camping trip in my summer home. And if you follow me, you know that last fall I bought a summer home, and it's really a camper, but I call it a summer home because that's fancy. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.